college football rapid fire, 5 games, 5 minutes, go. Hey everyone, don't forget to check out our sponsor this month, BetMGM. Head over to BetMGM, get a risk-free bet up to $1,000, your first risk-free bet by using my promo code MearsPNP.
Whoa, this one's a tough one. Like, you see Tennessee, you come off all those wins, you see Alabama struggling, Bryce Young still up in the air if he's going to play. I believe he probably will, because this could be the season for Alabama. I mean, Alabama, if you don't win the national championship, it's a losing year now with Saban. So I do think Tennessee keeps it, though, close. I think it's a 7.5 at home. 2 undefeated teams. Give me the 7.5 here with Tennessee. I just think this is not the year that Tennessee can beat them, but I think they put the scare into Alabama for the second straight week. Alabama has to survive late.
I think it's hard not to pick Tennessee with this big of a gap here because of how well they've been performing until they can prove, that maybe they're not as hyped as they should be. But I don't know. I like it with Tennessee as well. I like that. If you want more Craig's picks, remember, we'll get to the rest of this rapid fire, but you can go to our website, picksandparlays.net. Anything you purchase right now, 25% off using promo code quarter. All right, Craig, let's look at our next game here. Oklahoma State at TCU. The Horned Frogs favored at -3.5 at home, total at 68.5. But what are you interested in this game?
I mean, if you'd have seen an advanced line on this one, I'm sure Oklahoma State would have been favored by 3 to 6 points, if not maybe even 7. TCU, it's a nice story, nice turnaround. I thought getting rid of Gary Patterson was a huge mistake. I thought he's one of the best coaches around. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe they just needed a new voice there. They have a lot of speed, but the one thing I think Oklahoma State has that TCU doesn't is the trenches. I think they're going to win the offensive line, the defensive line, beat them up inside. I think Oklahoma State's the better defense. I think they're the better running game. Give me Oklahoma State plus 3.5 here. I think even if TCU does win, it's within a field goal. So I definitely think that 3.5 is an easy number to cover.
All about the trenches. Oklahoma State at 3.5. NC State and Syracuse. Syracuse, the team, favored in this one at -3.5, and I'm not sure I believe in them anymore. In the beginning of the season, they were looking so good. They were rolling, but this NC State team intrigues me just a bit more. Total at 43, but who are you siding with in this matchup?
Yeah, NC State had to survive that game last week. I mean, they really probably should have lost that game, but, Florida State gave it to them. Syracuse, on the other hand, it's like, they run the ball very well. They're not bad on defense, but can they beat a top 20 team even at home? I just don't think so. I don't think they should be favored here. I actually think probably NC State should be favored by 3 here. I like NC State getting the 3.5. I just think I think it's underdog weekend here, and we continue the trend with the third straight underdog. NC State covers.
I think that they're giving teams that don't necessarily deserve to be dogs in this way, they're making them dogs. So heck yeah, pick them. Underdog weekend. Let's go. Let's see our next one. Will we follow the same trend? Mississippi State at Kentucky. We were just talking about Kentucky. Will Levis. They're really fun to watch. They're a good program, great marketing, and they're favored at -6.5 at home. Is that too much? The total set at 46 as well. What do you think?
Well, Kentucky quarterback Levis is probably on most draft boards. He's top 3 quarterback. He's cost them a few games, in my opinion. He had 2 fumbles at was it Ole Miss? I mean, they should have won that game. They had 2 opportunities, both just unfortunate. Let's just say that. Mississippi State has done nothing wrong here, and I think they're the more explosive offense. That's pretty clear. It's just too many points. I think Kentucky wins, but I think it's a field goal game late. Give me 6.5 points. Mississippi 3.5 points. I'm sorry, the other one was 3.5 points. It said 6.5, but it is 3.5. Give me 3.5 Mississippi State.
I was gonna say, I was like 6.5 feels like a lot. Yeah. I was like, I'd be taking that every day, all day, but still, yeah, I think this one could be a field goal range as well.
I think they win. I really do. I think Mississippi State's going to win the game. I think Kentucky's a nice story. They beat Florida early. They got a lot of people saying, hey, this team's for real. And they are a very good team. But to me, you got to be able to make that play. And Mississippi State's been making the play all year long. Give me Mississippi State again.
Yeah, they've got the coach that can help them do it as well. So that's a fun one. All right, my Nittany Lions at Michigan in the Big House. Michigan at -7. I feel something in me saying that might just be too many points for a Penn State defense that has looked phenomenal this season. They have 4 guys that are like top in pass breakups. They've got good young guys in the trenches. I mean, they're rushing the quarterback. Michigan's been good, sure, in the same way, but I think the thing here for me is this Michigan offense over the Penn State defense. However, it's going to be a battle of defense for me. So I'm looking at that total maybe a little bit more, but what do you like?
It would be five underdogs today if I pick up Penn State. And I do think 7 looks really good, but I think the safer play here, I think you take the first half over. I think Michigan will be able to run the ball. I think Penn State will be able to pass the ball. I think they're both going to score. I was kind of thinking, that Penn State be up half, like 17-13 type, and then Michigan come back and win a tight game. I kind of see that. You think defense when you think Michigan, but this running game has been chewing it up in chunks, not just 5 yards like it was a lot last year. I mean, they're running 40, 50-yard plays. So give me the over in the first half, 24.5. If I had to take the game, I would take Penn State, and we make it a clean sweep with the all underdog play on the rapid fire.
Yeah, I might be tempted to make one of my picks this weekend, go with my Lions since I'm not covering them this week. So I can at +7 just because I think it's too much for the defense that they have. I really do. I think they've looked great. So make sure, everybody, if you like what's going on here, like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Picks and Parlays Power Hour live Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern. Craig, thank you as always for your college football expertise.